What's up, everybody? Happy Tuesday. Hope all you had a great day today. Getting into this episode of GH, I'm gonna be 100% honest with y'all. I'm over this visitation battle. I'm over this courtroom battle. It was fun. Don't get me wrong. The courtroom stuff was actually fun for me. I love good courtroom drama. But as far as this whole who can see Wiley, who can't, I'm over it at this point because for one, we hardly even see the damn adults with the kids anyway. So it's like, what's the point? Um, Furthermore, I feel like everybody in that courtroom has their own agenda where Wiley is concerned. Do I think everybody in there cares about the boy? Yeah, but they all are doing this to be spiteful. Like every motion that they file with a court, every little act that they do towards each other is all motivated by revenge, in my opinion. I feel like it's just a tit for tat kind of thing with all of them. They're all trying to be petty, out petty each other. That's pretty much what it is to me. Um, Scott and Diane did not disappoint me in that courtroom because I everything that they said in that courtroom I expected them to say and do. Um, Scott is a go getter. He's that type of attorney. He just like Diane, he's gonna do whatever he can to make sure his client walks out with the victory cup. What irritated me with Nina was she telling Scott, "Don't call Sonny. Don't do this." What the hell did you hire him for? Like, you know his reputation. Why did you hire a good attorney if you don't want them to actually be good? I mean, he's going to use everything in his arsenal to make sure his client wins and get what they want. Like, if you don't want that, then you should have represented yourself or hired some type of rinky-dink attorney. You know what I mean? That don't give a damn. But when you hire a person like Scott or Diane or somebody, they're gonna fight tooth and nail. That's just what it is. That's what you hired them to do. Go all in. Like I remember she did that before at her other hearing for her criminal charges. Like if you don't want him to do what it takes to win, what the hell are you hiring him for? Like Nina, shut up. Just shut up. Let him do his job. This is what you pay him a nice check for. Relax. And of course, when he got Nina to understand, he was, she was painting herself and he tried to paint her as this doting grandparent. And of course, he tried to throw Sonny and Harmony under the bus, saying how it's not fair that they get access to Wiley, but Nina doesn't, especially with their history. Especially with all the stuff Harmony was accused of. And her being a former felon and stuff like that. And yet she got to spend time with Wiley. That was a smart move on Scott's part. Everything Scott said in defense of Nina was brilliant attorney, in my opinion. That was smart. He really played that shit up. It was smart. Until Diane got up. When Diane got the opportunity to cross examine Nina, Diane chewed her ass up on that witness stand. Diane slaughtered her on the witness stand. Like Diane brought up how the whole Nixon Falls stuff. She brought up the stuff in the article. She brought up the whole, like, she felt like Nina was only filing this motion, this whole visitation stuff as a means as revenge. Like she was just coming for her throat. And then she brought up a very key piece of information, like a very key, fact here. Because remember how Nina kept saying, "Oh, if I got the chance to raise Nell, then she would have turned out different. She could have turned out different. She could have had that love." Diane chewed her ass up. Diane says, "So you were in a coma, correct?" She said, "Yes." She says, "So if you were in a coma for 20 plus years, how the hell would you have been able to raise this girl when you were in a coma for 20 plus years? How could you have raised her?" I said, "Good point, Diane." Diane said exactly what I've been saying about Nina, delusional. Because she told her, she said, "You live in this, you live in this little delusional fantasy world." I said, it's about time somebody other than me is saying this. Like, she's delusional. She is. That shit was hilarious. Diane ate her up on that witness stand. And Carly's facial expressions throughout that whole thing was hilarious. Like, Carly just kept sitting there with these smirks on her face, rolling her eyes. Listen, Diane was not playing with Nina. And, it was just hilarious to watch. Like, she just chewed her on that stand. Just totally ripped her a new ass. Um Diane and Michael were convinced that they had this thing in the bag. Once she got done with her in the witness stand, she was like, Michael was like, oh, well, that's that. We won. I was like, pump your brakes, Michael. The judge hasn't rendered any decisions yet, so calm down. Don't get too cocky now. Don't get too hasty. Um, Scott pretty much was out of ideas at that point. Once Diane got finished with Nina, he was flabbergasted. He was like, because Scott, the only play Scott could make is put Sonny on the stand. That's the only play he could really make at this point. And Sonny pretty much told Scott, he said, listen, put me on the stand. Let me talk. I said, Sonny, if you don't sit your ass back, like, what is you doing? Sit back. Sonny is just... I've been said it. Sonny should have sat this out. Like, what are you doing? I feel like at this point, putting Sonny on a witness stand can do good or it could be harmful. I say it could be good because it could go a long way with the judge to see that Michael's father is defending the plaintiff, the petitioner. That would shock any judge. Like, your dad is vouching for her after everything, the Nixon Falls stuff, that might sway a judge. But here's the harmful part. Diane gets to cross-examine him. That's the problem. Diane, who knows Sonny better than his lawyer, who's been his lawyer for freaking, what, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, what, 15 years, somewhere around there, I want to say? About 15, 16 years, somewhere around there. She's been his attorney. So she knows all the dirt. She knows where all the bodies are buried. She knows everything pretty much about Sonny. That's not good. You know what I'm saying? Having Diane cross-exam. See, no. Scott was hoping for lightning striking twice because remember, it was Sonny's testimony in the criminal case against Nina that pretty much helped get her off. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, this visitation thing, I don't think that's going to work in y'all favor. Not this time. Using Sonny may be doing you more harm than good at this point. I'm like, I don't know about that, sister. You might want to get him off that stand pronto. I'm just saying. No, get him off. This is going to be a hot ass mess. I cannot wait to see the type of questions Diane is about to ask this man. Because I hope Diane chew his ass up on that stand though. Since he wants to be a fool and get up there after I explicitly said he need to sit his ass down. Diane, the floor is yours, sweetie. Knock him out. Just off with his head at this point. Because I'm like, Sonny don't listen. He don't listen. I done said it. Dante done said it. Y'all done said it in the comments. Listen, Sonny, moving on. I'm gonna move on. Chase and BLQ just keep going around and around and around with this little relationship or lack thereof that they're in, this little situationship that they're in. Chase was sitting there talking about, oh, he know an intellectual property attorney that could help. And BLQ was like, listen, a few years ago, I already took the contract that I have a link to Diane. Diane said it was airtight. He's still sitting. This fool Chase had the nerve to say, well, that was then. That was before. What do you mean that was then? The contract has not changed since then, Chase. What are you talking about? Contracts don't change just because there's been some time. If it was airtight back then when Diane read it, it's airtight now. So you can get the best of the best attorney to look at it, and they're going to say the same thing Diane said, because Diane is the best of the best. So if the best legal ego is telling you that it's airtight, any other attorney you get after that is going to tell you the same thing. I'm just saying. And BLQ knew that. She wasn't no fool. Chase tried to paint this as not only was this about her songs, but this was also about her missing Bailey. Do I think she missed Bailey? Yeah, but I do think a lot of this is about her songs. It's about what she said it is, her music. And of course, she came up with a plan. She wanted Chase, since he got 2 weeks left of his suspension, wanted him to use that time to follow Link around, get some dirt on him, so she could blackmail him. Chase, of course, was like, hell no. He was like, yeah, I'm not doing that. He said, I already messed my career up before by being suspended. If I do this, I could pretty much kiss my job goodbye, which is true. Because, blackmail is a crime. So if he is a part of that, and it's entrapment and stuff like that. So if he's a part of all that stuff, you could pretty much kiss your career goodbye, and you'll be lucky if you're not brought up on charges. I'm just saying. So I can understand why Chase said no. You know, BLQ of course was pissed because he's not doing this for her, but she has to look at it from his point of view. He's an officer of the law. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't ask him to commit a crime. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. So I totally get where Chase was coming from with that one. But you know what? Chase needs to understand BLQ. You know what I'm saying? BLQ is not a by the book person. She's not in law enforcement. So sometimes some of her plans are going to be a little bit on the illegal side. So my thing is, in order for them to find some type of common ground here, whatever BLQ wants to do that's outside the law, it's in her best interest not to tell Chase about it. You know what I'm saying? Just do it without him. You know what I'm saying? I can't believe she even thought that he would help her with that. It's like, come on, he's a man of the law. Like, he's not going to help you with that. I just feel like this relationship between them is just going to be messy. It's going to be messy. And mind you, they're not even technically in a relationship. It's just going to be one big bowl of mess. Hopefully they can figure it out, because I'm tired of this roller coaster that they're on right now. It's like, will y'all be together or won't y'all? Y'all need to make a decision here. So anyway, moving on from that. I love that scene between Alexis and Gregory. I felt some chemistry between them. I said, okay, Alexis, go ahead and get you a new boo. I was feeling that chemistry between them. I definitely was. And I love the little debate that they were having about the invader, because Gregory was not feeling the article about Nina. He just felt like it was tabloid fodder. And Alexis said, no, that's not what my paper does anymore. But he said, that's basically what you're doing. That expose on Nina is exactly what you said that you wouldn't do, which is tabloid. And he had a point. He had a valid point, because it is tabloid gossip, even though it's not technically gossip because it's true. But she felt like it wasn't tabloid because it was an expose and it was tastefully done. It wasn't trashy, like full of just gossip that was not true. I get her point of view on that, because that is true, but I feel like they both brought valid points to the table. His probably more than hers, but they they still brought valid points. Um, I'm feeling a little chemistry, and Violet, of course, was like, "Grandpa, you're not playing nice." I love that scene. I could definitely see something going down between Gregory and Alexis. I could definitely see it. You know, it's about time she, get lucky in love. And Gregory seems like a pretty decent guy. At least he ain't no mobster or no killer or nothing. So, he ain't no pill popper or nothing like that. He seemed like a decent guy. And he's a professor and stuff like that. He got a little change, got a little money. You know what I'm saying? I could definitely see her and Gregory together. And Gregory seems to me like the type that he's willing to challenge Alexis. And, intellectually, he seems like he's a good conversation to have. And, to have intellectual conversation with. So I could definitely see them going tit for tat with each other in a humorous way. Being on opposite sides of things. I could see them as a couple. I want to see more of them. Like, I could definitely picture them as a couple. So anyway, moving on from that. I'm glad Alexis is going to go get herself some help. You know what I'm saying? I could understand why Cameron didn't want her to go and stuff like that, because he didn't know really the details of Shady Brook. Like, he don't know what Shady Brook is exactly. So she kind of, Laura had to kind of break it down to him a little bit. But I'm glad, he's cool with his mom going away getting help, even though at first he wasn't. But he gets it. This is something she got to do for her. What irritated me was Finn. I understand, he wants her to stay and stuff like that because that's, his lady or whatnot. But he was irritating me because as a doctor, he should see how important this is for her. Even though he's not a psychiatrist or nothing like that, but still, you practice medicine and stuff, like, and it's just basic common sense. She needs to go away for her mental health to come back stronger. It's not like she's going to be gone for months at a time. You know what I mean? Like, she's just gone for a few weeks. To try it out. It's a try period. And it was so stupid of him to sit there and say, oh, why are we hiding Alexis from the people? I mean, Elizabeth, from the people that, care about her and stuff. Yeah, y'all all care about her, but if you care about her, then you'll let her go do this. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you all care about her, but the problem is none of you, except for Kevin, is a psychiatrist. So how can y'all possibly help her? What are y'all going to give her? Affirmations every day? oh, this too shall pass and all that. No, she needs professional help. And I'm glad Finn finally, realized it. Like, he talking about, oh, I'm going to visit you often. She said, no, I want to do this on my own. And he was still bitching about that. I'm like, Finn, this is not about you. I understand that you want her around and stuff, but this is not about you. This is a journey she has to take on her own, and you got to fall back and let her do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I respect Elizabeth for that, and I love the little send off that they gave her with everybody, Violet and Gregory and them coming up in there, saying bye to her and stuff. I loved it because this is something she really has to do for her, and it's good that she acknowledges that and she's gonna go get the help that she needs. Good kudos to her. Um, so anyway, moving on from that, I love the scene with the Ashfords because it was a bit different. I feel like Marshall is finally coming around. When he saw the pill bottle, he saw TJ holding that pill bottle and stuff like that. At first, Curtis was like, we not gonna get answers right now. We gonna let you run some tests and get yourself better first, and then we'll talk. Cause Stella was like, listen, you need to tell Curtis the truth now about what happened. I respect it because as much as Stella wants to tell Curtis everything that happened back in the day, I agree with her. It's not her business to tell. You know what I'm saying? If Marshall was really dead or something like that, then maybe that'd be different. But since he's right in front of you, that's for him to finally tell you. And I'm glad that Marshall didn't really get upset about them having the pills because even he finally realizes I'm being stubborn. Let me tell you the truth. And he's ready to tell Curtis the truth. And I'm like, it's about damn time. Tell that boy what's been going on all these years with you. Why you taking those meds? What happened? Why you had to leave. He deserves to know. And I'm glad Marshall feels that way because this was getting exhausting. Watching him keep on pushing Curtis away because he didn't want to revisit the past. You know what I mean? Like, well, sometimes you got to face the past and conquer the past in order to, live in the present and the future and stuff like that. So I'm glad he realized it. It's about damn time because he was wearing me out with this storyline. So anyway, that was pretty much the whole episode. Hit the comment section. Let me know what you all thought, and I'll see you all later. Have a great night. Peace.